Marc Wingate.
I appeared before this board a few months ago on the issue of cul-de-sacs. It took a while, but I got a response from Mr. Rothschild, who I see is not here this evening. He brings out his reasons for buses not going down to cul-de-sacs, some unfortunate incident that apparently happened almost 2 decades ago, and the repercussions with the insurance company back then. I spent a while doing my own investigation into this matter. I actually spoke to the director of the New York Association of Pupil Transportation in Albany. I'll forward the correspondence I had with him to the board, but I can quote briefly here that he says, according to the New York State Department of Education, while going down a cul-de-sac is not precluded by law, the Education Department is actually encouraging school districts to consider not sending school buses down cul-de-sacs simply as a cost savings measure. Last week, when I was last at the board meeting, the Transportation Director, Mr. Maroney, stated that rather than go down cul-de-sacs, he would send buses on 3-mile circumventus routes around the northern parts of Wesley Hills where I live. It's really beyond ridiculous that an agreement, that a set of rules that was set up apparently almost 2 decades ago hasn't been brought into review to reflect the current living arrangements and the population dispersity within the school district. It's about time this situation was changed and put under a real and genuine review. As I said previously before the board, the cul-de-sac in which I live in is very, very wide. It has only 2 houses on it. It's completely safe for a bus to make a turn without backing up. There's no reason why my child should have to get off the bus stop at a location, give or take 1/3 of a mile away from our house, on a street corner where there's no lighting, and considerably it's actually basically dangerous, more dangerous for my child to get off there than it would be for the bus to go up and make an extremely wide turn at the end of my cul-de-sac. Mr. Maroney says, well, what if there was 2 trucks parked? Verbally, at the last meeting I was at, he said to me, well, what if there were 2 trucks parked on either, 2 lawn maintenance trucks parked on either side of the cul-de-sac? Well, if you're going to go to what ifs, then a what if could happen under any circumstance. You could have 2 trucks parked on the middle of Limekiln Road, and a bus would have to make a U-turn. What if is not a reason to enact legislation or to keep legislation in place, which is just now really defunct and doesn't represent the living arrangements of many of the people in the area. I do believe that this situation is something the board would like to consider, but unfortunately, along with I'm sure many other considerations, the board can't move forward with its policies because it's stuck dealing with people who want to deny the democratic right of a democratically elected board to choose the lawyers that it would like to choose. It's about time that this thinly veiled anti-Semitism was just put to one side and the board can continue to do the job that they were democratically elected to do.